penetrometer. About to break in the first. There they go now. Hula Wonder began well on the inside in company with Miss Peri Peri. Thunderbird out fast. Savannah shows some pace. Luskin Shower wide up there as well with Distant Beauty and Mega Millions. So sorting themselves out. Going past the 1200 metres. It's Luskin Shower working to the lead. Mega Millions on the outside. Holding onto the rail in third placing there. Just behind them Hula Wonder from Miss Peri Peri. Twilight Road on the improve round the outside of those horses. 1.5 to Ogo Pogo. Then Thunderbird. Getting a good way back, Cornwall Kiss on the inside, followed by Savannah. Distant Beauty brings up the rear in company with Primrose Penny. At the turn at the 800 metres now, Luskin Shower 3/4 of a length in front. Mega Millions is second, a length then to Hula Wonder third on the inside. Twilight Road is fourth on the outside. Wonder Miss Peri Peri, Wonder Thunderbird and Savannah around the outside, followed by Cornwall Kiss, Primrose Penny. Ogo Pogo dropped out to be second last and Distant Beauty. Coming towards the turn, Luskin Shower just the leader from Mega Millions on the outside. Twilight Road a length away third. Hula Wonder's had a good run just behind them, cornering now, and they're followed by Miss Peri Peri. Cornwall Kiss getting up on the inside, and then Thunderbird, who's under a bit of pressure. Mega Millions went to Luskin Shower. Hula Wonder a length away closing, and now Savannah in turn is coming home very quickly. Wants to duck in, but she sprinted to the lead inside the 200. Savannah looked all over a winner as she raced away by 3 lengths. Twilight Road, and coming home well as Thunderbird from Primrose Penny, but Savannah's going to walk in, and Savannah wins it over 2 lengths to Primrose Penny. Thunderbird is third. They're followed by Luskin Shower in company with Twilight Road, Hula Wonder. Back behind her to finish in the race, Distant Beauty, Ogo Pogo. Long break to Mega Millions, Cornwall Kiss, and Miss Peri Peri dropped out to last. Well, when she let go, she put paid to them very quickly. Number 2, Savannah, ridden by Norman Weymouth. And we await Mistress Mahal to come along, and Lavender and Lace who'll take the outside barrier. Mistress Mahal coming in, and that leaves just Lavender and Lace to take the outside barrier. Scratch from the meeting yesterday at Yarra Glen. Coming up into the line now. Lavender and Lace is ready, so the field is set. Ready to go over the 1,000. Or Birdie's Bell played up on the inside, settled now. Ready. Off they go. Birdie's Bell began fairly well down on the inside. Celtic Lass was out fast, and also Lucky Rulers showing some pace from Brittany River. Diamond Duchess out quickly on the outside when they settle down now. Blushing Smile can't go and has settled to clear last, and Richmond Hare is next to last. Heading to the 600 metres, Diamond Duchess over on the outside, and Celtic Lass. Birdie's Bell pushing up on the fence, just about a line of 3. They lead to Lucky Rule settling down in 4th placing, followed by Mistress Mahal, Gladden out wider. Wonder Lavender and Lace, 2 lengths to Law of Logic, followed then by Brittany River, and back behind her turning is Richmond Hare and a long last Blushing Smile. Inside the 400 now, Birdie's Bell led by about a half to Celtic Lass and Diamond Duchess, 2 lengths to Lucky Rule, and Law of Logic is getting home along the inside. At the 200, Celtic Lass got to Birdie's Bell. Law of Logic is spearing through now and just hit the front. Law of Logic takes the lead from Lucky Rule, and now Lavender and Lace is flying home. Lavender and Lace, Law of Logic. Lavender and Lace is going home the better, and Lavender and Lace has got up on the outside to beat Law of Logic, and between them Lucky Rule will be third. They were clear of Glad, and Richmond Hare came home well. Gee, a few of these are running on. Next, Mistress Mahal, Celtic Lass stopping from Diamond Duchess and Blushing Smile, a gap to Birdie's Bell and Brittany River. Stand by for numbers in the second of the day. Lavender and Lace ridden by Eddie. Starter heading over to the platform now. Bush Lawyer also out behind the line. It's close up behind the gates. Profligate is coming up as well. So they're nearly ready now, as Elidation took a gate one from the outside, and Amazon Lad has the outside barrier. Putter goes fast. Quite a few pacey horses engaged here. All set, away they go. Putter began okay. Zavaris bounded in the air, was a little slow, and Kelvin dropped out towards the rear. Like a Trojan first out. Lucky Magic away fast, but Putter zips up on the inside of them to take up the running. They're followed by Desert Light in company with Profligate going forward, and then Look for Mercury. Dynamic Tycoon settling about 6th or 7th on the rail, followed by Bulldozer, and then ahead to Zavaris getting up on the inside. One to Elidation, Amazon Lad, Bush Lawyer, Kelvin, and Timescale last of all. 900 left to go, and Putter is the leader, Like a Trojan, 3/4 away second. Dynamic Tycoon a length back on the inside from Desert Light, and Lucky Magic out wider. A length and a half then to Profligate, travelling 3 wide at the moment. Kelvin on the fence and Zavaris between them. One to Look for Mercury, Bush Lawyer and Deladetian. Back behind those horses then is Bulldozer out wide, coming to the turn, followed by Time Scale and Amazon Lad. Pretty tightly bunched though, nearing the bend, and Putter is the leader. Only just in front though from Like a Trojan. Dynamic Tycoon needing an out just behind them, cornering. Desert Light on the outside when they enter the straight, clear of Look for Mercury. Kelvin, who's made up ground, and Bulldozer on the outside from Time Scale, who is coming home well. So is Amazon Lad out wide. Desert Light took the lead now. Dynamic Tycoon got the run on the inside, hits the lead. Now Bush Lawyer and Time Scale are still running on the outside. It's taken him to the lead. Time Scale drew by a length and a half. Amazon Lad is finishing well from Bush Lawyer, but Time Scale is clear, and Time Scale is going to win for Patrick Ferris. His first win in town here, beat Amazon Lad and Bush Lawyer. Just behind them was Kelvin, Dynamic Tycoon, and then came Eladetian. They're coming in at long intervals behind these. There's a break then to Zavaris and Look for Mercury, and they're followed by Desert Light, Like a Trojan, then Bulldozer. A very long break to Lucky Magic, trailed in by Putter, who weakened badly, and Profligate at the end of the field. Time Scale, ridden by Patrick Ferris. Now here's Vicky coming up. Requisite's about to join them. Does so now, and most of them are ready. There's about 4 or 5 to come in. Coronation Jubilee away from the line. Nakuma. Honey Child, who's coming in now. We wait Rustish and Our Silver Shadow. Light flashing now at the 1600 as Rustish goes in the blue and white quartered colours. Starter picks up the button, about to send them on their journey. Favourite is drawn down in gate 1. Our Silver Shadow completed the lineup in the middle. All set. Starway Express dived and settled again. Away they go. Mrs. Bentley began quickly on the inside. Honey Child was the one that was slow to move and settling a long last. And one of the first out here in the race is Dance for Us. Heart of Egypt pushing up on the inside of it. Vicky on the outside of those, and Nakuma. Alamonte is in the first 5 settling. A length and a half away then came Prunella, followed by Satin Soul on the outside, and then Mrs. Bentley. One behind her is Perforate on the inside of Our Summertime and Requisites. 1.5 to Honey Child, who's booting through along the inside there of Winning Is Best, Starway Express and Rustish. One further back is Coronation Jubilee. Prefer a Cuddle dropped out next to last, and back at the tail is Our Silver Shadow. 1,000 metres to go, and Vicky had sped to the lead, a length and a half in front of Alamonte. A length away then came Nakuma, travelling on the outside of Dance for Us in the centre, and in on the rail then Heart of Egypt, who's actually up in 3rd placing. 1.5 behind them at the 800 turn, then came Mrs. Bentley on the inside of Prunella. Satin Soul around them, then one to Requisites, Honey Child and Perforate together from Our Summertime. One further back is Rustish. Winning Is Best, a good way back on the rail from Starway Express, followed then by Coronation Jubilee. Prefer a Cuddle is still second last, coming to the turn, and Our Silver Shadow. Vicky swings the corner in front of Alamonte. Heart of Egypt is under pressure behind them. Nakuma is travelling 3rd around the home turn, then Satin Soul, and getting up on the inside is Honey Child, but Vicky led down to the 200 metre mark from Honey Child, Heart of Egypt, and then Nakuma on the outside. Here comes Perforate with a run now. Heart of Egypt got to the lead from Honey Child. Perforate is coming home at a great rate. Perforate has spread it away from them now, and Perforate for Greg Charles wins it by about 3 lengths to Heart of Egypt. Photo 3rd, Honey Child on the inside. Or in Nakuma, not much in it. Our Summertime ran on well, followed by then over on the outside of those horses, Coronation Jubilee and Satin Soul. Just behind them was Mrs. Bentley and Prunella. Back behind them in the field, Starway Express, Winning Is Best. Then trailed a bit further back Alamonte, who never came into the race, followed by Dance for Us. Prefer a Cuddle was a long way back from Vicky. Towards the end, Our Silver Shadow in company with Rustish and Requisites was one of the last to go over the line. Perforate, the winner, number 11, ridden by Greg Childs, has taken out the 4th. Number 11, Perforate, G. Childs. Open penalty gates ready. Change of Fortune about to join them here. Danny Brereton on board. It's set, and Cape Dance will complete the lineup. All set for race number 5. Away they go. Greenwich in the middle of the line began well. Profit Taker, one of the first out. Minesweeper jumped well. Pomseller's prominent. Open Pearly Gates and Brave Striker booting up on the inside with Islamorada. And also there is Zale settling fully now. Open Pearly Gates races to the lead, a length and a half to Zale. Brave Striker's third. Islamorada settling down ahead away fourth. 1.5 to Royal Cut, getting into a good place. On the outside is Greenwich, followed a length back then by Our Imposing and Cape Dance. 1 to Pomsel, followed by Dancing Sculptor. Gossips on the inside of Profit Taker. 1 to Ferdinand, followed by Lectus Minesweeper, who's drifted back to third last now from Our Quintet and Change of Fortune. 1,000 metres to go. Open Pearly Gates led by over 2 lengths to Zale. A similar break to Brave Strike. A neck is Lamorada in fourth placing. Greenwich the outside, and then Royal Cut. 1 to Our Imposing. Next Cape Dance inside. Pomsel from Gossips over on the rail. Then Dancing Sculptor. Back on the outside of that one, then Profit Taker. A length and a half to Ferdinand and Lectus together from Minesweeper, Change of Fortune and Our Quintet. It's Open Pearly Gates leading Zale down at the 600 metre mark. 2 lengths away is Greenwich going around the outside of Brave Strike and Islamorada. Hard ridden next Our Imposing, and then Royal Cut starting to make some ground from Gossips, Cape Dance, and then Profit Taker from Pomsel and Minesweeper. Round the home turn now, Open Pearly Gates flattened in more than 2 lengths to Zale. 2 lengths to Our Imposing. Gossips on the inside. Royal Cut and Profit Taker is starting to come home well from Minesweeper. Then Dancing Sculptor at the 200 metres now. Our Imposing race to the lead. Profit Taker and Minesweeper. Here's Minesweeper coming on down the outside. Ferdinand is running on well, but Minesweeper has broken clear of the pack, and Minesweeper goes on to win. 2 lengths to Ferdinand second. Profit Taker grabbed third from Our Imposing and Change of Fortune. They were clear of Royal Cut, Cape Dance, Zale and Lectus out wider. Next to finish in the race, Dancing Sculptor, Pomsel, Gossips, Our Quintet, and a break to Open Pearly Gates, Greenwich, Brave Strike and Islamorada last to finish. Minesweeper, ridden by Stephen Vella, unwound a powerful burst down the outside to win impressively. Already now, off they go. Starter sent them away pretty well. Sylvester away quickly with Lord Loxley down on the inside. Super Sun dropped out to the rear at the start. And also they're crossing their heels towards the end of the field is Nasseray. And Skytress bounded out in front in the early stages, and she set up about 3 lengths on Hulazan, Lord Loxley. Paxtino moving up on the outside of that duo to get into second now. They're followed further back by Noble Dreamer. A length away on the outside, Western Reality, the filly travelling up 3 wide from Kit. Sylvester over on the inside of Kit. 1 to Galaxy Jack, and then came a bit further back as Nullarbor Knights from Arden Street. Super Sun 3 wide turning out of the straight. Back towards the end there on the outside of Montana Magic and Benevideo, and Nasseray was last of all, turning out towards the 1650 now, and Skytrist is the leader, a length and a half in front. Paxtino had gone up to second. Lord Loxley is third. 1 further back, Noble Dreamer on the inside of Hulazan, a lot closer to the pace today. Western Reality is starting to go around the outside of those horses, will soon be up in second. They're followed by Kit about 2.5 lengths further back as Sylvester on the inside of Galaxy Jack. A length and a half, Nullarbor Knights ahead away to Arden Street. 1.5 then to Super Sun, still travelling 3 wide into the back now around Montana Magic and Benevideo, and 2 lengths last of all is Nasseray. Skytress led the field down the back at the 1200 metres. 2 lengths to Western Reality, who'd gone up to second. Lord Loxley a neck away third. A length to Paxtino fourth on the outside of Noble Dreamer. 2 lengths to Hulazan in 6th placing over on the outside of Kit. Another 2 lengths break in the field then to Sylvester on the inside of Galaxy Jack. Next Arden Street, followed by Nullarbor Knights, Benevideo, Montana Magic. Super Sun is second last, and 3 or 4 lengths to Nasseray. Heading to the turn at the 800 metres, Skytress by 2 lengths to Lord Loxley. A length away then Noble Dreamer from Western Reality. Paxtino a half to Hulazan. 2 lengths to Kit under pressure. Round the outside Arden Street from Galaxy Jack. 2 lengths to Super Sun and Nullarbor Knights together. Then Benevideo, Sylvester, Montana Magic, and 5 or 6 lengths to Nasseray. Skytress led 3 lengths before the home turn. She's bolting for the home turn now, leading from in second placing Noble Dreamer and Western Reality. They're swinging wide here. Hulazana's next. Let's look for the favourite, Super Sun. He's under the whip and spotting them a long start. In the straight, Skytress in front of Noble Dreamer, switching to the inside. Western Reality, here's Hulazan starting to close, and the rest are headed by Arden Street, but still Skytress has it. Skytress in front of Hulazan, Arden Street. Benevideo along the inside. but it's Skytrist and Stephen King, a dashing front-running exhibition, and Skytrist wins it by about 3 lengths to Hulazan, Arden Street third, then Benevideo and Western Reality from Galaxy Jack, next Noble Dream and Nullarbor Knights, a gap to Paxtino, then Super Sun, who was never in the race. Behind it to finish was Kit from Sylvest, Montana Magic, Lord Loxley dropped right out of it, and Nasseray saw the entire field the whole way. Skytrist, number 7, ridden by Stephen King, dashing exhibition. Melbourne going into the line now, and Gold Gun will be the last to move in. Greg Childs on board looking for a double on the last start, Sandown winner. Our Charlie Boy on the inside, they're all ready. Oh, what's happened here? Barrier stalls look, they've moved a good few metres then. And the running rail is buckled underneath the gates. Quite an extraordinary movement. Whilst all horses were loaded, they shifted ground quite noticeably. But the starter has returned to the platform. Looks like he might let them go. Yep. And the gong sounds and they stayed in. Oh no, look at this, 4 of them come through the front of the stalls, and now the rest of the field has been released. And
we'll certainly hear more. We'll get the Chief Steward.
Loxley drawn the outside. All set now. Yeah, they're ready. Off they go, and that wasn't a bad start after all. And now Charlie Boy, Vain Tycoon first out, Gold Gun speeding to the lead. Major Tom was up there with Mushroom Table. Gold Gun led Major Tom, Mushroom Table, Vain Tycoon fourth. They're followed by Hot Touch on the outside of King Cossack, Baron of Loxley going forward out wide. Wonder Mulvin followed then by Planetoid on the outside from Loquaz. A length to Belzig, a good way back at the first turn. Round the outside, Dinner Forget and News fourth. Then Tosca King, they're followed a good way back in the field then by Dry Show over on the outside. Our Charlie Boy, one of the last on the inside, and Violent is last coming up to the turn where Gold Gun is the leader. It's going to be Gold Gun from Major Tom around the home turn with Hot Touch next, followed by Mushroom Table under pressure. Vain Tycoon sticking to the inside. Hot Touch and Mulvin are coming wide, and then Tosca King is still a good way back inside the 400. Gold Gun led Vain Tycoon, Major Tom, Mulvin and Hot Touch are both coming home pretty well now with indeed the 200. Then King Cossack and Belzig are starting to come into it on the outside, but Gold Gun led with 100 to go from Hot Touch, Mulvin and Belzig. He's still flying. He'll get there, I reckon. It's Belzig storming to the lead now from King Cossack, and Belzig's going to beat King Cossack by half a length. Mulvin third in front of Gold Gun. Next in was Hot Touch, followed by Dry Show, Laquaz, Tosca King. Back behind them was Vain Tycoon from Violent, News Force. Further back in the field to finish was Our Charlie Boy, followed by Dinner Forget, Major Tom, Baron of Loxley, Planetoid one of the last, and Mushroom Table, after showing pace, dropped out to be last of all. Belzig has had 2 starts for the new stable and has won them both. Now trained by Wendy Kelly. He's a horse who's always held his form when he strikes it, and he came with a beautifully well-timed run down the outside to win. Numbers are 1-4. To complete it is Sazendi. All set, 1300 for the last event. Ready to go. Gates are back to a good start. Akarana won the jump near the outside, but Ginebeth boots up in the early stages in company with Timpanet. Numeral pushing up into third, and Delmar is prominent as well, followed by No Comparison, Nina's Delight. A length, Serene Joy, then Akarana over on the outside from My Scruples. Sazendi next out wider. Sobia Star Distinct, and then Perfect Lady out deep. A couple of lengths, Arabian Poppy, Denvale Miss, Latilla next to last, and Miss Angelique. Running to the turn at the 800 metres now, and going to the lead as they make that bend now is Delmara. Delmara a length and a half to Ginebeth up second. No Comparison on the outside. A length and a half to Timpanet fourth, followed by next in the field then over on the outside is Nina's Delight, who's yielding a bit of ground. Numeral getting through along the inside from Serene Joy. Then Sazendi, who's travelling 3 deep in the middle of the field. Akarana inside her. Distinct scrubbed up over on the inside, and then came Latilla, Perfect Joy, and Arabian Poppy sticking close to the inside. Ginebeth shot 4 in front round the home turn from No Comparison, and then Delmara out wide. The run's coming down the outside from Macarena, Serene Joy and Sazendi nearing the 200 metres now. No Comparison had got to the lead, but Macarena and Sazendi with Serene Joy are chasing her. No Comparison the inside, tackled now by Sazendi and Macarena. Sazendi and Macarena getting to the lead as they go to the line. Oh gee, this is fought back. No Comparison on the inside, not much in it between No Comparison on the inside and Sazendi with Macarena. From just behind them, Serene Joy, Perfect Lady. Back behind them, Miss Angelique out wide's made some ground, and then Distinct. They were followed further back by Delmara, and then a gap in the field to Temper